Metals and welding seams are often subjected to extreme physical loads and environmental factors. Our customers set the highest standards for the quality of their products. After all, it is not just about reliable functionality, but also lives depend on the safety, quality, and the lifespan of materials being used. But how durable are materials and welds? This question will be answered by TUEV Hessen. Our material testing laboratory is located in Frankfurt am Main. Here we analyze the properties and quality of metals and weld seams. Each sample is first examined by non-destructive testing procedures for defects or abnormalities. Measurement with a positive material identification tool indicates the elements of the material. The result shows us whether the material is compliant with the customer's needs. In the next step, we examine the weld seams of the test samples with X-ray technology. Welding failures such as lack of fusion and pores, which reduce the lifespan, can be located with this testing method. Next, the preparations of the samples for the mechanical technological tests are made. Various tests are used to confirm if the material meets the expectations. The tensile test shows what load the material and welding seam can withstand before deformation occurs, and the amount of force necessary for complete failure. The weld seam of this test sample passed the tensile test. The deformation clearly shows that the weld is even more stable than the material itself. In the bend test, we check how the welding seam behaves while undergoing extreme deformation. A breaking weld is a strong indicator of insufficient welding quality. The seam would not withstand an extreme load. Our test piece, however, passed this test. In the impact bend test, the material has a temperature of -20 degrees Celsius to simulate its use at extremely low temperatures. The energy absorbed during impact provides information about the strength of the test sample. Finally, we conduct a metallographic examination. Here, a cross-section of the weld seam is grinded and etched. Under the microscope, the quality of the weld seam structure and microstructure can now be assessed. This makes it possible to draw conclusions as to whether the welding process has been carried out correctly. Afterwards, a summary of all results is prepared as a test report. With this report, our customer can prove that the material and the welding process being used meets the necessary requirements for the intended purpose. However, even the best material is wasted when there is a lack of welding technology know-how. That is why you cannot only have your material and weld seam inspected by us, but also the skills of your welders. At the same time, we also offer individual examination preparations as well as training units with qualified specialists. Professional quality is our claim. TUEV Hessen, for a sustainable future.